our automation system. We're going to talk about Internet of Things. Who all's familiar with the Internet of Things? Actually, I think you probably all are, you just don't know it. Because the Internet of Things is all kinds of things that we actually hear about a lot. Things like Alexa. Anybody have an Echo or an Echo Dot at home? That's the Internet of Things. Anybody have like Wi-Fi, anything pretty much at your house that does stuff? Like refrigerator, anything that's not a computer. You can turn your lights on. I have a Wi-Fi controller for my back patio party lights that I go to my app on my phone and say on, off. It's ridiculous. I spent $80 to turn the lights off and on. But that's all the Internet of Things. And the Internet of Things can be huge and complicated or extraordinarily simple. So Tom and I are going to talk about something that's extraordinarily simple today, which is a Blynk board, and you all have one. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But before we do that, Tom has a great TED Talk that he wants to share with all of you. So we're going to start out by showing that TED Talk. It's like 15 minutes. And then we're going to jump in and we're going to, like, I heard y'all say in your comments that you wanted simple hands-on. Well, that's where we are, man, because we're going to do simple hands-on tech with Blynk board. And we're just going to go through and do it together. We've played and played and played in my office the past couple weeks on doing these experiments, and we're going to do them with you so that you can go back and do them at your place. So, Tom, do you have anything you want to say before we start?
No, it's definitely a lot of fun playing with the Blynk board. And I hope you all have a good time discovering the Internet of Things with us. I found this talk yesterday. I thought it was, worked really well at just kind of illustrating the insane rate of growth of the Internet in general and just the amount of devices connected to it that aren't technically, traditional computers. So I was just going to play this, and hopefully that just kind of brings us all up to speed, and then we can work at getting our own devices added to the Internet of Things. So enjoy.
Thank God for long introductions. Show him once, and he'll be like running it for you.
Browser, forerunner of Netscape, and the first popular multimedia browser. But it constantly amazes me when I look back and see it was released only in
Grab a chair somewhere.
less than 20 years ago. And now we have this cloud, this digital universe of information freely available to us. And at a current estimate, it's around about 4,000 exabytes in size. Now, we don't use exabytes in everyday conversation, but a good analogy is that 4,000 exabytes is roughly equivalent to a stack of books from here to Pluto and back 80 times. And we only began to create that less than 20 years ago. And if you stop to think about it, it's even more astonishing that we have devices like these, which allow us to access this digital universe information from anywhere and at any time. And with over 90% of the world's land surface now having a mobile phone signal, it is truly a global phenomenon. And when I was getting this ready, I was racking my brains, trying to come up with some punchy image that would just bring home how much this has transformed our individual lives and our society. How has the web changed us? And I was really stuck. And I came across this headline 2 weeks ago in the Irish Examiner. And that for me, more than anything else, brought home just how much our society has changed in less than 20 years. But we're now about to embark on the next step with the internet and the web. And all the forecasts are that it will make the current internet and its impact on our society look trivial. We're about to connect the physical world not just web pages about the things, but there's real physical presences that we can observe and control. When I say things, exactly what do I mean by things? I mean literally everything and anything. The things we encounter in our daily lives, the machines and appliances we use in our jobs and at home, the buildings we live in, the cars we travel in, even we ourselves will become part of this Internet of Things. Now, as a technologist, the first question I ask is, how will we do that? I don't care whether it's useful or not, I just want to know how we do it. And I want to take as an example this chair as a thing on the Internet of Things. I want to know from anywhere in the world, is this chair occupied and who is sitting in it? Now, to turn this chair into a smart chair, a smart object in the Internet of Things, I have to take a number of steps. First of all, I have to give it a unique identity so that I can go to this chair as opposed to all the other chairs in the world. And the current addressing protocol for the Internet, IPv6, effectively gives us unique identities without practical limit. Anything we can conceive of on the planet or even off it that we want to put on the Internet of Things, we will build a unique identity. I need to give it the ability to communicate. Effectively, that's wireless communication these days. The third step is that I need to give it senses. I need to put sensors on it that will tell me whether something about the chair or will tell me something about the environment around it. In this case, I'll put a pressure sensor on the seat so that I know it's occupied. And I'll put a little RFID tag reader so that the tagged person who is sitting on it will be identified. I go on my smartphone anywhere in the world and I know who's sitting in my chair. And I'll do that, look, the final thing I can do, if I have a machine or an appliance or a vehicle, I'm able to reach out and control it from anywhere in the world. And I do that using very small embedded electronic circuits, and they're getting smaller and cheaper every day, that I can embed in it or on it. Now, good question. What exactly will we do with it? What practical use will all this be? And it really seems to be only limited by our imagination. But I want to take 6 little scenarios here this evening, which I hope will begin to illustrate the potential impact on our lives and society. We've been to connect with things and learn about things in a completely new way with the Internet of Things. Now, only the true geeks in the audience will recognize what this is, and they're probably too ashamed to admit it. It's a tricorder from the original series of Star Trek. Captain Kirk and the lads could walk up to anything and anybody, point a tricorder, and they'd learn all about it. The physical chemical composition of what was in front of them. Walk up to the person, their state of health, were they hostile, was it like between you and Captain? With the Internet of Things, your smartphone will become a tricorder. Walk up to anything in learn mode. Pack of food in the supermarket, its ingredients, their origins, dietary, allergy advice. Walk up to this piano. Who was playing it over recent years? What music was played on it? A completely new way of interacting with the world and learning about the things that you encounter. You walk up to a person, they've agreed to share some information. It might be something as simple as a business card. In a social context, you might learn things about their interests and their inclinations this evening. It would make Facebook look like a minor event. The Internet of Things just also allows us to reach out and monitor things, observe things. Let's say I have a heart problem. I can wear a wireless cardiac monitor. They're commonly used in hospitals these days. But the next generation will be web-linked. So my smartphone, which has a cardiac app, can monitor my heart rhythms and give me early warning. Or a remote hospital computer can monitor me 24/7 with powerful algorithms and predict maybe weeks or even months ahead that I'm heading for a problem. Or I can just let my relatives see that my heart is still beating. And with the number of people over 65 set to double, e-health and telemedicine is going to be one of the big areas of the Internet of Things. One of my favorites, reality search engines. Instead of using Google just to search these 4,000 exabytes of information, I can do really useful things, like ask Google, where are my keys? the Internet of Things. Where is my child? And as the father of a teenage daughter, I'll be first in the queue. I'm a food processing company expecting the delivery of shellfish. I can not only know where the food delivery is, but its entire storage and shipping history since the moment it came on board the trawler. If I know what things are doing, and I can know how things are feeling or their parameters and where they are, I can better manage things. Now, 51% of the world's population now live in cities. And we need a better way to manage our cities, which are quickly becoming many of them mega cities. If I know where vehicles are and where they want to go, if I know where energy is flowing and I can predict where it's energy usage, if I know where the citizens of my smart city are, what they're up to, what their health is, I can better manage traffic and maybe eliminate congestion. I can have better energy efficiency, make better use of renewables. I can look after the individual health, safety and security of all my citizens. I can also reach out and control things. Now you might have read about Electric Ireland rolling out a trial of smart meters in Ireland to a few thousand homes. These are meters which communicate to the appliances in your home and the grid. And an example that's commonly used is you put the washing machine, but you don't decide when to turn it on, the grid does. Now you can say to the grid, I'd like to use green electricity, please. Or I can say to the grid, I don't care what electricity I use as long as it's cheap. But the grid will decide based on balancing the load and on energy efficiency and on using renewables when your wash should actually go on. You sacrifice some of the control we're very, very fond of, but perhaps we can be persuaded to do that in the personal interest of getting cheap electricity and in the interests of better society. The current internet is very, very important for gaming, and gaming is one of the big things that happens on the internet, and it will be even bigger on the Internet of Things. This is a screenshot from a company called ILEADers. You can get the software for your smartphone now, and you can superimpose, using the camera on the smartphone, the game environment on the real world around you. With the Internet of Things, it's not just a picture of what's around you that will be part of the game, but the objects and the people in that environment will become part of the game. It will transform the face of gaming as we know it, and already imaginations are running riot in the gaming industry. Where will we be in 20 years? It would be a very, very rash person who would make a concrete prediction. Nobody back in 93 would have predicted the impact of the web on our lives. But the one thing that always hits me is that by 2032, we could individually be in contact with up to 5,000 smart things in our everyday lives. And that would be truly transformative. Could it bring about a utopia? The science fiction writer Ian Banks has written of a future society which he called the culture, where humans have delegated control of the planet and its resources to a network of artificial intelligence. And this network looks after the resources and allocates the resources to everybody according to their needs. Everybody's needs are met and strife is eliminated. I'm not saying the Internet of Things will produce that utopia, but perhaps elements of it are possible. If we can better manage and control traffic, maybe we can finally eliminate carnage on our roads. If we can better manage energy, perhaps we can finally get to grips with the death wish that we seem to have for our planet's climate. If we can monitor and look after the health of individual citizens, perhaps we can reduce the chaos that seems to be inherent in our health systems, and perhaps the situation where your access to health depends on your income can be eliminated. Not a complete utopia, but perhaps elements of it are possible. Will it just be a technocracy, ruled by technology companies? You know what? I think we already live in a technocracy, whether we like it or not. Look at the influence that a company like Apple has. They bring out smartphones, they bring out pads, and they become the two fastest growing technology sectors in history. Apple recently became the most valuable company ever. And in an increasingly technological world, under something like the Internet of Things, they will have enormous influence on society. Not malign by any means, but technocratic, The social theorist Jeremy Bentham, in the late 18th century, conceived of an institution which he called panopticon, where all the inmates could be observed 24 hours a day without ever knowing whether they were being observed or not. The Internet of Things is the ultimate global panopticon. Privacy as a concept under the Internet of Things may become meaningless, and it's one of the big societal concerns. Now, it has positive aspects. My heart monitor detects an arrhythmia. It tells me, sit down, I've called an ambulance. That's good. But while I'm sitting there, I get this message coming through. If you tried your latest one drug, you'd be sitting there waiting for an ambulance, wouldn't you? When you know how individual people are using individual products, then individually focused advertising becomes possible, and it will transform the face of the marketing and advertising industry. Will also be major intrusion. But, more ominously, it's been made a condition of your health insurance that your health insurer has to have access to your cardiac data. And while you're sitting there waiting quietly for the ambulance, this message comes through. And it's probably a sad reflection that this could actually be a reality. The Internet of Things has also been termed a potential weapon of mass disruption. We've seen the damage that viruses, trojans, and worms can do on the current Internet. If our energy systems, safety and security, transport and health systems are all part of one big World Wide Web, the possibilities of terrorism and hacking are magnified almost beyond belief. Already researchers have hacked into pacemakers, insulin pumps, cars, smart meters. You'll have read about the worm that attacked the Iranian nuclear plant. Security under the Internet of Things has been called a shocking vulnerability, but it's also a major opportunity for the security software industry. I wonder, sometimes I work on this stuff, or sometimes have we reached the point of too much complexity? 5,000 things demanding my attention? I can barely deal with a wife, 2 children, a cat, and a goldfish. But on the other hand, maybe it's just my age. I have a feeling that those kids in creche getting their iPad lessons will think nothing of it. It seems that our wonderfully plastic human brains can adapt to any acceleration technology and embrace it lovingly. Whatever we think about it, whatever way we think it will turn out, get used to it because it's already happening. Every major global government and every major economic bloc is investing heavily in the Internet of Things. There are already hundreds of millions of things connected to the Internet. We're heading for hundreds of billions or possibly trillions, depending on who you believe. So just get used to it. And it will change our lives. That's the one certainty. And if that change is to be for the common good, I don't think we can leave it to technologists. You know, my wife, and she's a psychologist and she ought to know, she says, I became an engineer because I can relate better to machines than to people. And on reflection, she's probably right. If this Internet of Things is to be for the common good, we need the input and the support of people in the human and social sciences. We need ordinary people to join with us to make it for the good of society and the good of individuals. There's a pyramid that's used in information science. At the bottom you have data. And there will be a tremendous amount of data in the Internet of Things. It'll make the 4,000 exabytes look like a drop in the ocean. And it's a big opportunity for the data management industry. We can use data mining to extract information. We can use knowledge engineering to extract knowledge. But if we want to put the final cap on that pyramid, and that cap is wisdom, then I think we can only do that if we create this Internet of Things future by working together. Thank you very much.
Who doesn't love listening to a guy who has a Scottish accent and makes book references to librarians as part of his talk? So we're going to jump right in and show you this lovely thing. You all have your Internet of Things box with you, I assume. Let's just open up the box and talk about what's in it first. The first thing you want to find, the one thing that we have that you don't have is a battery, because we can't walk around and show you anything with being tethered. But you're going to need your Blinky board, which is this little red board in here. So let's get that out. And then there's also, if you don't have it all, there's also a power cord in there. You're going to need that too. And I'm going to let Tom talk about the board itself because, first of all, today's my 50th birthday. And let's just say I didn't bring my magnifying glass. And there is identification on this thing, but I can't read it to save my life. So Tom's going to talk about what the different little holes are and what they mean. And once we talk about what's on the board itself, oh yeah, put it up there, that's smart. Then we're going to help you walk through getting it connected so that you can, you know what, I think it was up higher. No, you don't want the schematic, just show the picture. Because the schematic is not, it's not pretty or fun. There you go, that's good. Let's leave it there. All right, here, I'm going to give this to you.
Okay. So it looks like most of you.
Did you find your board? And you don't have to plug it in yet. We'll get there. He's just going to talk about it first.
Yeah, just to go over what's actually on the board itself. I mean, it's not like if you don't. Yeah. But basically, it's like a very simple circuit board powered by USB. There's a little outlet here for a battery if you choose to buy one of those eventually. And then what we have here, these little metal holes along the sides here, are little breakout pins. The general term is GPIO, which stands for general purpose in out. So they can either send or receive data, which could literally be anything you can imagine. And they can also kind of control whatever you want, from turning lights on and off to turning a little motor. Just really, possibilities are endless. It is, and then we also have a little LED right here. Once you power it up, that should start blinking. So
Hence the name Blinky Board.
Yeah, that's one of the most, it's a very simple device. It's not going to do anything really fancy for you, but it's a great start into just kind of jumping into the Internet of Things and how this whole, like all this stuff is put together. So if you do have the USB cord out, the wall plug and the board, I want you to go ahead and just plug all those in. Just plug it into the USB port there and just plug it into the outlet. And it should start lighting up in some form.
Do you all have a smart device of some sort?
Yeah.
A phone, a tablet with you? Okay, good. And you've connected your device to the Wi-Fi in this room. That's very important. You need to, if you're not connected, do that, because you won't be able to connect your Blinky board to your device without being connected to this kind of Wi-Fi.
So the network is ILEAD in all caps, and the password is 14th floor with a capital F.
Does anybody need a minute to do that?
Yeah.
Diana? Diana's catching up. We have to give her a second. It's okay. And you're probably wondering how, with this many Blinky boards in the room, you'll be able to tell which one's yours. But believe it or not, they will all blink a different pattern of light, and that's how you'll know it's your board. Because when you go to connect to them, there will be 18, 20 of them in the room. So we connected ours first, though, so that we can cheat. Okay,
we
Tom,
actually
go ahead.
found that, the green and yellow lights look very similar, so it might help to put your hand over the little LED just to be sure what color it's blinking at you.
If you see the yellow and then you see the green, you'll be able to tell them apart. But if you just see one or the other, you'll be like, is that green or yellow?
Yeah, there's a short pause in between the sequence so you know when it's starting.
Okay.
Also, you should all have the Blynk app installed.
Yeah, that's true. If you
the
don't,
message
go
about
either
that.
go to the Apple Store or the Internet or the Google Play Store, depending on whether you have an iPhone or an Android device, and download the Blynk app. It's green and has I don't know if there's a picture of that.
It's Blynk
has
with
a
a
B
Y
on
as
it.
well.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
BLYNK, and it's a green button with a little B in the middle of it.
Does everybody have their devices powered on? Yeah.
BLYNK, and it's
Bring it up myself right now.
I don't think there's a picture in the thing of that.
I don't think they have a picture of the app logo on here.
It's like a light green. Here, let
Yeah.
me. Do you have? You know, I have it on my phone. Let me. Oh no, I think I deleted it. No, it just says.
Yeah, it's Blynk-IoT for Arduino, Raspberry Pi. That's the other cool thing about this app is it can communicate with a wide variety of Internet of Things boards.
Yeah, let me
But
see
I
here.
don't know if you can even see my
You
phone
can walk
down
around
here.
and show them too.
But looks like this.
It's light
with
green, has a bee.
With
Yeah.
like little kind of
Light green with a
rays
bee.
coming out from it. Yep.
That's
it.
the one.
It should really be just the first
IoT
result
for
when you search
Arduino,
BLYNK in the App
If
Store.
you just search BLYNK, you'll find it. So it looks like this. If you can. Everybody finding it? Anybody need help? You guys find it? All right. So if you download it to your phone, your device, whichever, and then, yeah, you can open it. Yes, you're going to create
yes,
an
you will
account.
need to create an account. Fortunately, it doesn't have you confirm the account with an email or anything, so really you're just making just putting in your email address and password right now, and you should be good to go.
And Diana had sent you all an email out asking you all to make sure you had a Twitter account, which we'll use later on. So you don't need that right now, but that's the other thing. We'll have, if you didn't do that, whenever you have a second of downtime, you can do that too.
Do you have the app installed? Okay.
Okay. We have a pointer from one of our Ileaders, and I'm just going to let her tell everybody what she just said. Excuse me.
If you're trying to download the app on an iPad, go to the website because they don't have a tablet app. It will run on your iPad, but it will be tiny.
You can also make it bigger.
Yeah.
If you want to use the phone app on your tablet, you can double the size, and it'll just be for people like me who are old and can't see. Oh, okay. But yeah, you can also run it from the Blynk website.
Okay.
Anybody have an issue? Need help? You guys okay? Looks like the internet's taking its sweet time here a little bit.
Okay.
You can also work together. I mean, we're not gonna, you will not be graded on this.
Yeah, it was just kind of me and Karla doing this whole thing together.
We're like, wait, no, okay,
Yeah.
what do we do next?
It's not really super straightforward, so if I'm making it sound like that, it's you know.
Who
Electronic
doesn't
hacking,
have their
yeah.
account? Anybody? You guys ready to move on? Okay.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to want to do next is open up the Wi-Fi on your phone, the Wi-Fi settings. Or
So go to your
actually-
phone's Wi-Fi settings, like outside the Blynk app.
I'm sorry. So you all have a code in your
yeah.
a little QR code in your box. Because I'm going through my thing once and I've already provisioned it. I missed this step
Oh, yeah.
here.
That's an important step.
Everybody does have a little card in their that came with their Blynk board, with a little QR code on it.
You don't want to lose this card because this card gives you, what are those called, Blinky credits or Blink coins or?
Yeah, that's their nice little way of monetizing this kind of thing, but we haven't had to pay any money yet. You can recycle the little modules you place in your app for more points, so you really don't run out unless you're making something really extravagant. So, but you will need to scan that QR code to get started.
And you do that from within the Blink app.
Yes.
So when you're inside your Blink app,
You want to press that little QR code.
up in the top right-hand corner, there's a
Yeah.
little QR code. And you press that and then scan your QR code. And that will give you your Blink credits.
That should give you a little message.
Your energy points is what they call them, 15,000 energy points. Because you need energy points in order to install the virtual apps on your phone. Yeah. Yes, allow, yeah.
And at that point, it should ask if you want to open up the Wi-Fi settings. And it should take you to the settings page on your phone. Just so I know, who here has an iOS device and who's working on Android?
Okay. Wait. So we were mostly Android?
Mostly Android? Okay.
Okay.
It's really about the same for both devices.
Well, you're iOS and so am I, so. We're Apple people.
So
That's okay.
you have all gotten to this page. You should have where it's thank you for choosing SparkFun.
You guys okay?
And I can run through the iOS one too if you'd like me to.
This is the hardest part, really.
Yeah, it
Getting
really
everything
is just-
set up.
Yeah.
Once you get there, the fun part's about to come.
Okay. So when you would sorry. Like for example, just this is what like a mock-up of what the network for your board will look like. You want to look at the color code that's flashing. Remember how we said the LEDs would be flashing 4 colors with little initials for the.
So it'll flash 4 times, pause, flash 4 times, pause. It'll keep repeating that. And so look at your Blynk board and look at the colors that it's flashing. So it'll flash like green, green, red, yellow, whatever. Yes, Diana.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do want to set up a new device.
Set up new device.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Then continue. Yeah. Thanks. No, it's okay.
Okay, so let me see here.
Yeah, open Wi-Fi settings.
Yeah, we can come to you guys too. It's
No,
a
you're
lot
not.
better
It's okay.
hands-on. So you want to? Did you do that? Well, you need to let it have access to your camera so it can scan the QR code on the card there.
Did you scanned your QR
So,
code?
I mean, you can go back and revoke the access to if you'd like to.
No, just it sets you up. Okay, here it is.
Yeah. So then you
Here
can,
it is. No,
because I've not done it on here.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something wrong. Where's your Wi-Fi? You're on Wi. Okay. You guys connecting? Okay. Let's go back to your Blynk a minute. Settings.
I didn't do this thing. Blink
Choose your network. Yeah, yours isn't showing up. Oh, you're not plugged in, honey. Got to plug in. You got to hook up your board.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
And I do that with this?
I missed that part too. I have a board I forgot at the hotel when I checked out.
Now I have to,
Yeah.
now do I have to take this out?
Nope, you're not
okay.
hooking it up to that. You're hooking it up to the board itself.
Okay.
Plug this in.
Here, I'll help you.
Electricity.
Oh, I see. Ooh,
Okay.
I'm so,
Power up your board. Okay.
okay.
We'll work together too.
Just plug it right in. Right there.
Woo-hoo.
Okay, so. now it's-
Thank you.
Oh, we got lights.
So it's blinking. Green, green, yet blue, red. Green, blue, red.
Is anyone else with an Android device having, like, can't connect problems? Okay. Okay. Have you tried it more than once? Okay. Yeah, I guess that's our fault if we didn't try it with the Android. Does anyone with the Android have it actually connected? Okay.
So what did we say you were? Green?
Let's see. Oh, yours connected? Okay. Did you just go through the normal?
Green, blue.
Oh,
red.
okay.
Green,
Green or yellow?
Maybe try going to the Wi-Fi settings, like the actual Wi-Fi settings on your Android phone, and choosing the your Blynk board from there, rather than through the app, because that might be where it's having an issue.
I think it's
Oh, okay, great.
yellow, blue, red is you.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
See, yep, that's it, because now it's blinking purple.
Uh-huh.
You're connected. All right.
Yes.
We got Diana up and running. When you get
Green,
connected,
yellow,
it'll blink
yellow,
purple.
blue is, so. Yep. And is it saying? Okay.
You guys
so
doing
can you
okay
go
up
to the
here?
actual, just where you click to join a Wi-Fi
Oh.
network on your device? Is it been stuck
In the
on that
room?
for you? Yeah. Okay, it does. Once it starts flashing purple, it does take like up to 2 minutes to actually connect to the board.
Tom, we think maybe the internet's not working in the room.
It should be working.
Go out of your Blynk
Okay,
app and see if
so
you have
you
it.
want to actually connect to your Blynk board in the Wi-Fi settings there. Yeah. So
Oh, you know what? You need to plug your board in.
yes, that one.
Board into your computer. I don't
It
think it'll
shouldn't
work.
be doing any kind of update. It's just because it's such a small device.
That's probably. Here's your power.
You have the Blynk board connected there.
I don't have anything with me, so I said I'm.
Just if you have your board plugged into your computer, it won't power it. You need to plug it into the actual electricity.
You're connected to it. So go back to the app. Should be working now. Oh yeah. Okay. Once it starts flashing purple, that is a good sign. But like I said, it does take. It like our initial setup, it took quite some time to actually start talking to the Blynk board. And it does look like the fix for Android is to actually go into your phone's Wi-Fi settings and select your Blynk board there, connect to it, then go back to the Blynk app.
I think we have a Blynk board failure over here.
one.
This one's dead.
Do you have any-
Diana, is Diana in there? Do you have any spares? Because I think hers is done.
Did that work for you?
You are too important.
You will go back. You can go back to like iLead Wi-Fi then.
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with your board.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Can you go back to the Blynk
Sorry
board?
about that, because that's your problem, is your board croaked. That's why you lost your internet.
Yeah, because
You guys okay
once
over
you're
there?
connected to the Blynk board, that's
Got a purple
where,
light? Everybody got a purple
like
light?
your phone will talk to the board, and then you can put in like the Wi-Fi settings for iLead, and then the Blynk board will
Yours
be
is
on the
dead.
internet. It just takes a while. Really, once it stops,
Here, let's see if that one.
it'll be good. But if you leave the Blynk app open, it should be.
Give it to your tech.
Whose was this, though? Oh, because it's connected to Ellen's device,
It really is.
because she connected to it.
It's not a perfect thing.
Yeah, we'll give this back to Ellen.
I really wish I'd done it on my Android device.
You probably should be able to reach out to Spark and tell them, hey, I just got this and it's no good. They should send you a new one. Your board you just have a dead board.
Anyone with any
No, it's all right.
problems or
Okay, is everybody connected?
for you? Okay. Did yours connect eventually, or? Well, what's it doing on the app? It's spinning. Oh, it's still going.
Purple.
Oh, geez.
You guys just working together.
Mine's struggling and
I'm
acquiring
not
Wi-Fi.
that best. Like, I'm not the best at troubleshooting the Android stuff.
Well, I'm wondering if it was just blue?
It started to
Like that's
blink blue.
right now everything's looking like
It was purple,
should be
went
working.
blue,
It says
went
it can't
purple.
connect. That's weird because I wonder if somebody
wondering
else
that it is.
connected to you.
Quite possibly.
Not me. I thought about it, but
I think someone else may have connected to this one because it's purple and she's not connected to it. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're connected to the one that's your color code. And I don't know how to, do you know how to disconnect it and try again? I don't. Well, that won't do it.
I mean, they would have had to put in the.
Right, but it's easy to get confused
Yeah, it is.
with this many people in the room.
Plug it back in.
I did that with the other one and it just blinked purple
I
again.
would get back to the, so that you see the little button in the top left there? And then the QR code, you can actually.
Here, rescan your
so if you
code.
Plug that in, scan the QR code again. I did that, you can re-provision.
She tried that already.
Since it's not valid. No, it's because you already scanned it.
Yeah, once you've scanned it once, it'll tell you it's not a valid code.
The X there.
Can she just uninstall the Blynk board?
That's a good question.
If I may.
I'm gonna go see if anybody else needs help. You got a purple blink. You guys are doing good. You okay over there? Okay. Sorry? It's blinking purple. That's what it's supposed to do once you connect.
No, I know, but it's not done connecting until it's asking for purple. Like, how long? What's our ETA on that?
It should connect. It's just I think there's so many people in the room.
Sure.
You okay, Melinda? She hooked you up, okay. The challenges of doing this in a room full of people. You'll have the same problem when you do it at your library. just be aware. Well, it's not, I don't think it's a spotty Wi-Fi problem. I think it's that there are so many of the boards in the room, people are getting confused. Because the colors are a little difficult to distinguish, especially the green and the yellow. Because with Diana's, we thought it was green and it was yellow, definitely. No, you can definitely tell those apart, though. It's, yeah. Yeah, Diana gave this to me and said, here, learn how to use it and then teach other people.
This stuff. I'm sorry.
Tom and I played with it in my office for, I don't know, a couple days. Yeah. It's definitely easier to do it with a friend. You getting her going there over there? Is anyone else having connection issues? Did you get connected? You guys good? That's the, yeah, yes, yeah. Tom, when she gets back to this connection screen, she puts in the ILEAD information again, right? Yes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just like it is there, ILEAD, and then the password is 14th floor with a capital F. Yeah. So if you're connected, well, one of the things you can do while we're waiting for everybody else is you should have a zebra on your screen. And you can actually make your zebra, change your zebra by moving your finger around on it. You can change the color of the LED from purple to another color. So if you want to play around with that, yes.
So after we connected to the Blink board, that app, now we get out of it and we go to the Wi-Fi for ILEAD, is that correct? So
No.
I mean,
So you're connected to your Blink.
I want to make just that it's working for you guys.
Back to your Blink app.
Honestly, it's yeah, it seems to be working best with iPads. I don't know why. You would just want, yeah.
And then you put in the iLead and the password. It's there.
Oh, okay, that's okay. All right, thank you.
I think we might be overwhelming the university's Wi-Fi. Definitely thinking. I think.
Honestly, sometimes you just need to do the same process over a couple times. Like it just took her maybe 4 tries and it finally worked. So
I think the internet in this room is a little
yeah,
spotty
I'm not quite sure what the root of the problem is, but
because Diana's won't
honestly,
do anything
it's
either.
just several attempts and it works. Anybody else still having issues?
Are you in? Well, she can't do anything though at the moment. Here. It's weird because it stopped right there.
If I hold it up and we go over the top level.
Tom, come here. Wait, just. That's what she's getting.
Yeah, because there's no internet connection
So,
on the
but when
Blink board
we click-
itself.
Okay. So when she retries, it does that, but she
Okay.
has no opportunity to put in the SSID or password. She never got to that screen.
And right now, is she on the Blink board's Wi-Fi? Is that what
Yeah.
I'm seeing there? Okay.
But she needs to put in that username and password right there, right?
Just hit stay offline.
Here, now
Okay,
put it
now
in.
put
Put
it
it in
in.
right there, Diana.
So just
So
make sure it's
iLead.
all caps as well.
The iLead one. Even the I is
Yeah.
capitalized. Yeah, even the I in iLead is capitalized. And then the password is 14th, capital F, and then small LOOR. And then continue.
Anybody else still having issues? Okay. What I found helps. You go to the Wi-Fi settings on your phone and select choose Blink board. Okay. But you didn't choose the board through the little dialog that popped up in the app, did you?
Yeah. What I did was I went here to continue and choose the button.
Okay, so just hit cancel there and actually go back to your, like the system Wi-Fi settings where you can choose a network.
Diana's
Choose the
still
Blink board
thinking.
through that
Good grief.
dialog.
Once you're up and running, one of the first thing you can do is you have a zebra on your screen. And if you move your finger around on the zebra, it should change the color of the LED on your board. So you've done that, and then we're going to do our next experiment. Oh, Diana, you're connected. Okay. All right, Tom, let's do something here, because I think everybody's up and running. Oh, you're not up and running. Okay, sorry.
I am connected. I was responding well, but when I
Is it still doing the same stuff for you?
I deleted the app and
Okay. All right, here, Lynn.
that's where I've been playing.
Okay, but you're not connected to your board because it's blinking your code. So you need to go to your Wi-Fi settings. And you're blinking, let's see, what are you blinking? Green, purple, yellow, green. GP.
Yep, got it.
Okay. Yep, now you're connected to it. Now you should be able to see if you can change the color. You still almost have to tap over there in the green part of your zebra. There you go. Why is it not?
All these boards have different color combinations that they run. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, there you are.
And they're all 4 colors. So I think there's like
Yours is not.
5 colors. So how many combinations that is?
It's connecting. I'll give it a few minutes to just spin. See if that helps.
Yeah, because it thinks it's connected now. You okay?
Yep, I'm getting different colors on here.
Okay. Yeah, we have an issue in the front too. You guys all right? No. Okay. Okay. So you're not connected because you're still blinking your code. All right. So.
Well, we were blinking red for what,
For
15
so long
minutes
that
now? Yeah.
okay. So if I go to,
Go to your Wi-Fi.
right, and it's this one, I know, because I've done this, and I do this. And now I'm connected, and it does this. But then if I go to the app, all it does is this. And it did this for 15 minutes.
Blink, we got the code, and then
Yeah, I had to end up like rescanning my QR code again.
Sometimes it'll let you do that, and sometimes it won't. Did you scan your code?
oh yeah, I got all that.
So
You just might have to do it again.
what do you want me to do, just connect from this?
So then I had to go. Oops. Where do I need to go?
Blinking purple, so you are connected. That just makes the one more step.
Yeah. So it's the app that's. And Amy and I are having the same issue where the zebra just never comes up.
Yeah.
Did you get your zebra? Do you have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone.
Oh, okay. And
But I
she-
was having the same issues where like I was having it flash purple, so it like connected, but it wasn't then
Okay,
Talking.
set up
it
new
wasn't
device.
having the internet on that one.
Continue.
And I was having this for a while too.
Okay. Yeah, we've had ours since. I mean, we've had it right since.
Yeah.
Well, once I put it on the. When he was talking about the colors,
Right.
Right.
I was like, wait, I have to keep this
Yeah,
on the
that's
phone.
what it was before.
Right, yeah. Yeah, right.
Because I was on the iLead Wi-Fi, not that one, and then.
And then it says can't connect.
So, it's interesting. She's got an Samsung tablet, so it's like sucking down my battery.
But it connects the other way. It just, I mean, like it'll make it. It just won't do it this way.
Do you need other things connected? Like, I think I have Bluetooth off. Do you need any other?
No, it connects
Any-
on the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
It should just work. Makes no sense. And it doesn't even try to. It doesn't even try. Where's your actual settings to look it up and find it if I can?
See, if I do it this way, it connects like immediately.
Yeah.
Now it's connected.
Right.
And this, I have the same thing. It'll connect through that, but not the
I
app.
can turn my Bluetooth off, but I don't know if that's gonna.
Shouldn't matter.
Mine's off.
It shouldn't matter. There's no. It doesn't have a Bluetooth connectivity.
But then it just
It
did
took
this.
Diana's a while to connect too. I mean, hers sat there for 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, we were here for
15.
the whole time you guys were doing this. Like we
Yeah.
did this right at the very
Yeah.
beginning, and then it didn't do anything.
It kept saying it would connect. It makes no sense.
So you and I both have Samsungs. I wonder who else has.
Did you get connected?
I'm having the same thing she has.
You won't. You can't connect either. Oh, it just sits there.
You can move on.
No, that stinks. These guys are having trouble. We're gonna have to keep going. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We just don't understand why both are Samsung. I'm thinking it has something to do with your internet connection. Do you have a Samsung too? Tom, it seems we have a Samsung issue because everybody who has a Samsung can't connect.
What did you delete?
We didn't create that project. That's the project that comes with the app. Yeah. But they're not even getting that far. They cannot connect. So we're going to have to just pair up because we're going to spend 2 hours doing this and we won't have gotten anywhere.
The real fun in all of this is discovering the electronics hacking with your friend.
So find a friend whose board is working.
Yeah,
We will
I'm really sorry this isn't
find
working
out.
out for all of you. It's yeah, that's the one downside is the setup process is just seems to not work sometimes.
I just changed your zebra. Because I just clicked on the green and it did it. Because it did adjust.
It's sort of vacillating between this teal and green, but it won't adjust to.
It's weird that it moves your. It's not supposed to do that. All right. I don't know what your problem is. It doesn't make any sense. And you're on an iPad.
Yeah.
But you're on the website, and I'm wondering if that's. No, you're not.
I just downloaded the app from the website. It's the iPhone app.
Yeah.
Just.
All right. Well, find a friend because we need to keep going, or we're going to be here 2 hours. I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to keep moving. So pair up with someone is working, and we'll go from here. We will dig into what the Samsung issue is and get back to you.
I have a Google phone.
This apparently, Blynk Board's apparently like iPhone's best, except for we have an iPad friend over there who she can't get, all hers does is just changes. Tom, come on, we're gonna have to keep going. So who is connected? If you're connected, raise your hand, because you're gonna get some friends. Diana is actually connected. So if you're not sitting near someone who is connected, find someone who is. Melinda, did you get connected back there? You are? Okay. All right, we need to keep moving forward. They can sit with Melinda.
Yeah. If you want to go up and sit with her, just to get down with like the electronic stuff. But that is what you're looking for, and that's what worked for me.
The RBRRs. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
Find it in the
Devices will connect, even though when you go to your Wi-Fi and connect them, they'll connect that way, and then you can't see them in the app. It just sits and spins. So, yeah, I know. Okay, sorry about the connection issues, guys. We do not understand what the problem
Something
is.
we did not encounter in our setup, but it's, yeah, definitely an issue here.
So, if you just pair up with someone whose is working, Diana's is working. She's not sitting there at the moment. She left the room for a moment, but somebody could sit with her if you want. And we're going to go ahead and do the first experiment. Yeah, mine's right there. So you've had the chance to play with your zebra a little bit, and you see that changes depending on where on your zebra you click. It changes the color of the LED that's on your board. And you're no longer connected. I'm wondering if there's an issue with how many of these can be connected in the room at the same time. Because we were connected. Oh, are we now back to being connected? Okay, we weren't, and then we weren't, and now we are again. Okay. All right. Oh, and that just went black. The world, no.
Did you go to sleep?
Yeah. And I don't know how to get it back up.
Oh, no.
It just shut down.
Is everything not working? Oh, there we go.
No, it's not coming up here. Okay, here it goes. I'm sorry, what was your question? Yeah, actually, this is not a slideshow. It is the Blynk, the SparkFun tutorial.
So when
you
you go
can
home-
actually go to this at home. It's on your box. So if you look on the box, it says sparkfun.com/Blynk, and you'll be able to go to back to this manual and do all these things again. All right.
It's not actually.
So you should be provisioned or sitting with a provisioned friend at this point, connected to the Wi-Fi. You did your zebra, and we're going to do another. Oh, there is some troubleshooting stuff on the website. So, all right.
It goes much more in depth than what we addressed here, I'm sure.
Now, where's the? We don't want to be in troubleshooting. Identifying. Where's the rest of the? Sections.
So that's on the. I know where it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's not what we want.
Oops.
Learn, yeah, I was gonna.
Oh, yeah, I gotta touch the learn.
Oh, geez, that's another thing. Can't download an app if you don't upload it.
Oh.
So the project guide is what we
Yeah,
look at. So.
okay. So all of the things we're going to do with your Blynk board today are in the Blynk board project guide. So the first thing we're going to do is connect a physical LED to your Blynk board. So in your box, you'll find some physical LEDs. But the first thing we need to do is add a button to your screen, to your, what do you call that?
It's basically just a little digital breadboard, but for app creation, they just chose a little breadboard background there to kind of stay with the spirit of electronics hacking.
So we're going to add the button widget to send the digital signal, because you'll need that to turn it on and off.
So this is actually, you can, if you have the ZRGB like the little zebra with the rainbow.
You can move him out of the
You can actually
way.
just kind of drag that. If you stop the app, like there's a little stop and play button up in the top corner.
Yeah.
If you, right there.
So
top
right here where
corner.
you see this square at the top right-hand corner of your screen, you want to stop that, click that's stop, and then it'll turn into a triangle. And then you can drag your zebra out of the way. You know what, I wonder if that was your problem, is yours wasn't running. Was it stopped already? Because
Yeah,
if it's,
so if you weren't
yeah, if
able
you're
to-
not run, if your zebra wasn't running, you can't change the color. But, no.
I mean, it did work at our library with our, like we put on the staff Wi-Fi with the staff Wi-Fi password, but they might also have certain restrictions on their Wi-Fi here as to the type of devices that can connect. I know that's something else that can happen, so there's honestly so many little things that could be going wrong here. You probably shouldn't have any of these problems on your home Wi-Fi, but here we are, so.
Okay, so if you've stopped your zebra and you can move it out of the way, now you want to add a button widget. So touch anywhere on that gray blank screen, and it should pop up a list, a widget box. And the first thing in that box is the button, and that's what you want to select. And then once you have the button up, you want to tap on it, and it'll open up the control box for the button. Is everybody following? Once you have your control box, once you click on it, you'll get a screen that looks like this. And you can change the name of it to LED, call it LED. In the output box, you want to put the number 5. And that corresponds to the pin on the board. And then you want it to be set to push, not switch. And it should say low, high, or off, on. Whatever it says there, you can leave that. Everybody following?
And where you see where the 5 is, that's actually where you're choosing which pin on the Blynk board that button will communicate with. So there's little GPIO pins I was talking about along the sides. Pushing that button will interact with the little pin marked 5 on the Blynk board.
Which you need a magnifying glass to
Incidentally,
see.
that pin also communicates with the small LED light on the board as well. So it would either interact with something connected to the GPIO port or control the LED that's also controlled by 5.
So once you have those settings set, you can, if you're on Android, hit your back arrow. If you're on iOS, hit the OK. And you should be back to the screen with the button. And then you want to run your project. So go up in the right-hand corner, there's the little arrow. Click that, and that will make your app run. And the way you can tell if it's working is if you tap.
I don't, fine.
You want to turn yours on?
Yeah, I can.
Run it. Okay. If you tap on the button, there's a little teeny tiny LED in the corner of your board that will blink, that will turn on. Yeah, it turns on.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
It will turn on
It's a little blue light. It's
a little
not the main LED.
It's a separate, it's not the one you've been looking at. It's on the other side. There's like a white connector between it. There's a little tiny blue LED that will light up when you turn the button on. And if you push it again, it'll turn it back off.
And you can actually even toggle the way the button works. Either it activates that LED on push or
switch,
like an actual light switch.
Yeah.
Like if you picture a
So when you
flashlight
hold it
on,
in,
off.
it'll light up the blue. And if you let go of it, it should go back off.
Did anybody get that to successfully work for them? Awesome. You've got a little light. It's fun.
On, off, push. You say okay, and there's your button.
Yeah, I can.
So when you push on it, oh wait.
So this is like really
play.
just the important information.
that
Once
should-
you
when you hold it
go
in,
to
it should
edit
be lighting
that
up the
button,
blue thing on
you
your
want to make
board.
sure its output is the digital 5 pin.
Does
so
anybody
once
need
you click
help?
where that 5 is, it should give you the option to choose digital or virtual.
Did you get your blue light?
And then, of course, the important thing here is once you've changed the settings on that button, you want to hit the play button once again in the top right corner of the little app window.
So we can actually take that from being virtual. Melinda, you have a question. You can, whatever it says, if it says 0, 1, or off on, leave it alone. It's fine.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. It's just a binary
For some reason in the tutorial, it says low, high. A lot of times on the app itself, it says 0, 1, or off on. Whatever it says there, we don't need to change that. Just leave that for this time. If you all got your blue, did you get a blue light? Put your hand up. Let me see. I just want to see. You didn't get it all. Look, I got a pouty face from the 3rd row. Is that a question or just you're stretching back there? You're really proud about your blue light.
It's kind of cool, like after so much
when you're
work
done here
in the-
today, you could go work at Kmart because you know how to make the blue light special work. Does anybody need help? If you need help, raise your hand. Melinda needs help. You need help. Okay, let me see. Don't forget, you have to run the app once you get the button on there to get your light to light up. What the world?
Can you drag the zebra around when it's
Yeah, it does.
like in the edit mode?
I wonder if you're not blinking anymore, so I wonder if you're not connecting anymore. There, okay, you can do that. Your zebra does. Oh yeah, you have to stop the zebra in order to do that. It stopped. Hit stop and then open your settings.
So I have this auth token. Is that a thing I need to mess with?
Wait.
Send app connected.
Oh, that might help. Okay. And I'll try pushing it. All right. Hit stop. And now hit tap this and open your settings. Okay. You did not select the right thing. You want 5. You want a digital.
All of my labels are
Oh, that's weird.
not normal.
No.
It's not normal.
No, that's not normal at all. All right, let me see something.
All right.
Yeah, your button should be called, your button is different. Because this should be
Do I have the wrong type of button?
I don't know, it's the very first one.
That's
Here.
what I thought. Yeah. I had that too.
It won't even let me.
Yeah. Seems kind of strange.
It does. Where's Tom? His is weird. He doesn't have normal pins. Take a look at that. Melinda, are you okay? You weren't running, okay. Then it works, yeah. Here is weird. This is GPS instead of pins. He doesn't have the right pins. I don't know why. Blue light special. So we're going to extend this a little further. While we're waiting for Tom to troubleshoot a little bit, I'm going to take you to another step. So in your box, you'll find a little bag of LED lights. So in your LED light bag, pull out the color of your choice. It doesn't have to be blue, whatever color you want it to be. Whatever color you want. And then you're also going to need, in your box, there's a little bag of resistors. They're these little wires with an orange thing in the middle of them. You'll need one of those as well. And you're also going to need an alligator clip, which is these doodads are alligator clips, the ones with the big plastic heads in multiple colors. Comes with a lot of doodads. Actually, I'm telling you that I'm not 100% sure. Let me go back down here. Did you get him straightened out up there, Tom?
If you really want to not play around with the Z, R, B, G, A, you can actually select it in the edit mode and drag it up to the little recycle icon, and it will just remove it from the board there. And you can, of course, re-add it too through the add a widget dialog. It's just kind of easier just working with what you already have, though.
Okay, so we're gonna actually connect now a physical LED, which is what that is on the screen there, a physical LED to your board, so that that same button, instead of just lighting up the little teeny tiny, hardly visible blue LED on your board, you're actually gonna light up a physical light. So pull out one of those, and if you notice one leg on that is longer than the other one, the long leg is positive, so it's good to go long. And then you're going to get out one of those resistors, like I told you, the long wire with the orange thing in the middle, and you want to twist it together just like that. So you can bend out your long leg and twist the resistor to it. So connect that. You want to connect it to the long leg, right. So twist it together to the long leg. Yep, just like the picture up there.
And you do want to make sure you're using the right kind of resistor here. There's
yeah.
2 different kinds in the box. There's 330 and just the 10,000 as well.
Yeah, we want the 330 ohm resistor. Mm-hmm. Oh, you have the wrong one. You want the 330 one, which is, you got it, okay. Do you have, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. That's my fault. I apologize. Did everybody find the right resistor? Just twist it on there like you're going to close up some bread or something. Okay, now you want to grab a couple of alligator clips. One black and the other one green is what they recommend. So since that's the case, pull out your green and your black alligator clip. And we're going to hook the green one to the resistor that you twisted onto the long leg. And we're going to hook the black one onto the short leg of the LED, just like that. So green for go on the positive, the one you have the resistor attached to. I'm over here checking on Diana because I love her dearly. Twist that around there, yep. Just so it makes a good connection. And then you need one green and one black alligator clip out of that bundle. Truthfully, the color of the alligator clip does not matter. But when you're doing these experiments, the reason they're color-coded is so that you don't get confused, because you could use red and pink or red and white if you wanted to, but just so you make sure that you connect the right end to the right place on the Blynk board, because that part does matter. So you have your alligator clips out, and then you're going to go to your board, and on your board, you're going to connect.
So you want to connect the green cable to that little 5-pin?
You're talking to the mic.
So
yeah, the 5-pin is right next to that blue light that lights up.
Yeah, if you remember how we set that 5 as the pin that's controlled by the little virtual button that we made there, likewise, we're going to be...
It's this one, right? The second one.
Yep.
So it's this, if you're looking at your board and where your board is lit up, is it the second? It's the second one. Or is it the first one?
Actually, wait.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's the first
one.
silver one.
It's right kind of closest to
one
the
right
onboard
here.
LED thing.
Right?
Yep.
That one.
Yeah.
Not the first hole, but the first one that has silver around it.
The very first hole is a little mounting hole. For
Yeah.
It, but the first one was
So
some
the one
silver.
like across from the lit up LED on your board. So you hook that green one to that, and then the black one,
You want to connect to the little ground one, the little ground pin. That is, it's third from last. Has a little GND, but it's kind
yeah,
of hard
it says
to read.
GND.
It's really small.
So the green one goes on the number 5, which is the first silver one. Skip 2, and then put the black one on the next one after that.
So if you've taken any kind of simple electronics class in high school or anything like that, you're probably recognizing some
Or
of this
if you're as
stuff
old
now.
as me, they didn't have those back then, Tom. There's a huge difference in our age, can you tell? You guys getting it? So you hook up, yep, that's the right one. And then on the one, there's 2 in between, and then it's that next one.
One thing important to note is you really don't want the wires. This is literally getting your wires crossed here. Is like, you know, what they meant by that term. But you want to make sure the whole thing's kind of spread out so none of these things are overlapping or touching other pins.
But you have to connect to your LED as well, guys. So you need to hook on the green one. Wait, the black one goes on the short leg. Not the one with the resistor, the other one. And then the green one goes on the resistor wire. Oh yeah, they're a little hard to pinch. You can push the plastic back a little bit. There you go. Okay.
So once you do have them all connected, you can then again press that little button you made.
It's like threading a needle.
A
Okay,
little
now open
LED
your Blynk
comes
app
on.
again and push the button. And your LED should light up,
Yeah.
just like the blue. There you go. Yay, Diana got it. Anybody else? Who has it? You have a working LED? You just wired.
Cool.
You could get your electrician's license. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, go ahead and start taking apart your home.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so basically you can just do this with any of those pins that are controllable. You know, you can just, like if you want to branch off, you can connect other colors of LEDs, just have a whole bunch that are connected by different buttons on your phone. But this is really like a very simple beginner project kind of thing here, just showing you how everything works, how you can modify the buttons and widgets.
Okay, so before we do our next experiment, is everybody caught up? Are you guys, yet? You got your light?
Okay.
Does anybody need help? No, okay.
Not everybody.
Awesome sauce. What did you say? Let's play the music too. Don't touch this. Anybody want to go push his button? He wants some push button pushers. Okay. Before we move on to the next one, so we want you to stop your button app from running. So go up into the right-hand corner where the little square is and click that. So we're going to stop that. We did this. Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to.
So this is the one where the little button on the board controls.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to do that one or not.
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
Okay. So you can disconnect your alligator clips from your Blynk board. You don't have to take everything apart because you're going to probably want to use those again.
So what we're going to do here is kind of reverse the process. We're going to be pressing a button on the Blynk board itself and lighting up a little virtual LED on your phone, just to kind of show the process goes both ways.
So you want to go back to your virtual breadboard, which is your gray background on your screen, and click on it somewhere in a blank spot.
And you want to add a LED widget.
So on the list, it should come up, it should say LED widget, which is this one right here. It looks like the LED.
And it's down in the display section of the widgets too. It's not in the
So
very
you have to
first.
scroll down below where it says zebra.
They break
and-
down all the widgets by whether they can control things or indicate stuff to you, or their graphs, meters.
Does everybody find that? Yeah, okay. So once you've done that, you want to change its name to BTN for button, and you want to set it to pin number input. Under the input, you want to set it to V1, which is virtual pin number 1. You can leave it to low, high, or off, on, or 0, 1, however that's set. And then on your iPhone, you click OK. On your Android device, you click the back arrow. And once you have that up and running, you'll have a little button on your screen, and you can actually go to the button on your Blynk board, which is this. It's truly a physical little
doesn't quite
metal
look like a button.
button.
It's up in the.
And click it. Here.
It's right above the N.
It's like
in
right here
SparkFun.
by the, yeah, right under the N in SparkFun, or right above the N in SparkFun. There's a little metal button. And if you push it, it'll light up that button on your screen.
Did you push?
Yep.
And
It'll
you can-
turn your button black. Is that working for everybody? You get it?
So that's just kind of showing that, like
So you
with
can
the
use your Blynk board button. to
physical
do stuff.
pins on the board, you can have little virtual pins that
Everybody
correspond to an
find
action
that?
on your device.
Diana, you're confused. Let me see. Okay.
I'm trying.
All right, you got V1. And then you just say OK.
Okay.
And then right there's your virtual button. Hit play, and then push the button on your Blynk board. It's that metal button right there. And there it is. Yours lights up red. See it? Let go of it, and it turns off. Okay, did everybody get that? All right, we're going to stop that. Stop that, and we're going to do the next thing. Which is what, Tom?
Well, we can choose whether or not we want to show them that this can control the button. Want to do that? Or do you want to just jump into the next project?
Let's just do the next thing.
Okay.
So we're not going to show you how to do this, but the next thing you can do is you can actually connect a physical switch to it, and you can control things with the physical switch. There is one of those in your box. It's a little off-on switch, but we're going to skip over that because for the sake of time.
Yeah.
Let's do the temperature and humidity.
Okay, so this one's fun. The Blynk board is neat because it actually can sense the humidity in the room and the relative temperature around the board. It's not entirely accurate because it is kind of like right on a little electronics board, so it's affected by the...
So on your Blynk board, near where it's plugged in, there's a little teeny white square. That white square is actually a temperature and humidity sensor that's already connected to your board. So we're gonna use that sensor to check out what the temperature and humidity is in this room.
So you want to go back to editing your project, and you want to add 3 value widgets. So if you go to...
So go back to your virtual breadboard, that gray part of your screen, and click on it, and then go
you want
to
choose value display is the option.
Scroll down till you see value display, and you're going to add that. The first one gets set to V5. They're going to be V5, V6, and V7.
Yeah, they're
V5 is you want to name temperature, Fahrenheit. V6 want to name temperature Celsius, and V7 you want to name humidity. So you're adding 3, you're doing this process 3 times to add the 3 different values.
And you can just leave the range set to the default, which is 0 to 1023.
Yeah, and 1 second is fine.
Yeah.
But you can mess with it. You can have it set it up to, measure the temperature and the humidity in the room every hour if you want, and have it send you that information. So you could use this, say if you had a house in the Poconos and you were not there in the wintertime and you were concerned that your furnace might go out, you could set this up with your Blynk board to send you a message when the temperature dropped below 50 degrees or something like that, because you'd know your furnace wasn't working, and that would give you enough time to get up there before all your pipes froze and broke. So that's a pretty cool thing, and you can actually buy things that do that. I have a friend who has a house in the Poconos, and she has one set up. She has a telephone line there, and it actually will call her if the temperature drops below a certain temperature in her house. But that's the same. This is the same process. You could do it via the internet instead of using a telephone.
So does everybody have this little? It's really simple setting up these. It's a lot more straightforward than some of the other ones.
Okay, so So you need to name your buttons.
Once you do have
So once
those
you have-
added, though, you
so
just
you
feel free to
select
go
the
back
pin.
and hit
So
the
you're
little
looking
play
for
button
a
then,
virtual pin.
and you'll watch those little value
there's virtual, and
displays
then-
start reflecting like temperature and all the other stuff.
V5. Okay, and then,
Oh, that was V4.
oh, whoops.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
It needs to be 5. Okay, and then, that's okay. And then you want to name it. That one is temp F. Yeah, just type in temp F. Okay, and then say okay. And then this one, you want to set that one to V6. So virtual, you have to start with virtual, and then go to 6. Say okay, it's got 6, and then rename it. And 6 is temp C. Okay. And then you want to add another one. So value display, click it, set the pin to virtual 7. There you go. Nope, no, I'm pulling them off the tutorial. And then rename that one humidity. Okay, and then say okay. Okay, now run your project. So if you now run your project, you will see that it, according to Diana's, your board is probably a little warmer than the room. It's going to tell you how warm. Diana's board is running at 86 degrees Fahrenheit with, hold on, I can't see, 34.68% humidity. So not very humid, but extremely warm.
The fun thing to do here is you can actually breathe on it too. And
oh yeah,
change
so
it
go to your board and kind of go, you know, and your humidity should go up. Your temperature will probably go up.
everything
Yeah.
should spike, yeah.
Temperature with that?
I don't know that it's gonna. Well, I doubt that. I wouldn't. I don't know that I would want to stick it under your arm. You might electrocute yourself. But I would breathe. I would breathe on it.
Could you electrocute yourself?
Technically, you could there is electricity running to that board. So yes. It's not. You're not probably
Please
going to
use
electrocute
caution
yourself.
with
But
electronics.
if
in
you
your
put
armpit.
those alligator clips on your tongue whenever you had them connected, yes, you could electrocute yourself. It wouldn't probably hurt you, but I wouldn't suggest it. So pick up your Blynk board and breathe on it. Kind of give it some of your hot breath, and you'll watch the temperature and humidity probably go up. Like don't blow on it. Sort of do a you know. Susan's trying to blow away the heat instead of the other way around. But you know, it'll tell you how your board's running as far as heat and humidity is concerned. All right. All right, did everybody get your humidity and temperature working? Melinda? Okay, checking in back there. All right. No, that was the one we decided not to do. Do you want to do the, okay, these are the ones we said we weren't going to do, 8, 9, 10. So let's do the plant one, even though we don't have to. Okay, so we're going to actually, since we don't have a ton of time, we're going to skip down to the one that I was supposed to bring a plant along, but we're going to just fake it. This is something you'll be able to set up when you get home, but in your box there is this doodad right here, which is a moisture sensor. So pull that out, and then you're also going to need. What are those things called, Tom? Those little...
Just the wires, the jumper wires.
You're going to need 3 jumper wires. And they are, they suggest that you use, I don't think it matters what color.
It really doesn't matter what color, just keep track of which ones are plugged
just
into
make
which
sure that they're
ports.
not 3 different color jumper wires. The jumper wires are the wires with the little black things on the end of them with metal pins. Yes, you can pull them apart.
They just tear off the little
pull them
pack.
apart.
That's just how they're made.
So, and then you want to plug them into the black plastic thing at the top of your humidity sensor.
And you will need the little flathead screwdriver included in the kit to tighten those screws down onto the jumper wires. So they
Yeah,
won't come loose.
once you have them plugged in, there are little screws on the front, so you want to screw those in. And then they'll stay connected once you do that.
They suggest black, red, and yellow for the
Yeah,
jumper wires. but
Tom and I
really-
did yellow, brown, and orange, but they say black, red, and yellow, just so you know which ones are which. But this is what it looks like. When you're all said and done, you have a Rastafarian-looking moisture sensor. Sure. Your jumper wires are all connected together, so that's them. And that's your moisture sensor. And then you'll have a little screwdriver. The white screwdriver's in the white box if you haven't found that. It has little heads. And you need the flat one. It's a flat screwdriver, yeah.
And you will then want to take 3 alligator clips and clip each one of those to one of those jumper wires once you have them into the moisture sensor, just kind of like in the little diagram there.
There you go. You want the flat one.
It kind of helps to just use the same colors.
So you need that to tighten it up. And then you'll want some alligator. Yep. Well, here, you want to put these on first. So pull off 3 of those. Just make sure they're 3 different colors, which you have the same colors we did. So, and then put them, you plug them in like that. And then you tighten the screws. See the screws here? So just go ahead and plug it in. Each one plugs into one of those slots. You can plug them all in and then tighten them if you want. Your wire ripped? Yeah, then don't use that one. You don't want to electrocute yourself. Jeff's living wildly over here and his wire came apart. If your wire tears apart to the point where you expose wire, don't use that one. Because you know that thing I just said about getting electrocuted? You can. Hope you got a middle one yet there, Melinda. Then it takes a little finagling to get them in. Okay, and then you just tighten them up. Yep. Oh, you know what? There's a littler head. Yeah, there's a small one. There is a small flat screwdriver head that should fit. Yeah, that one will do it. Yeah, that makes the job a lot easier. And then once you have those wires in and the screws tightened, hook an alligator clip, one that sort of corresponds to each one of those. Each one gets its own alligator clip. So it'll look like up there on the screen. And if you notice on the back of your humidity sensor, on the opposite side of where you screw the screws in, there are indicators that tell you what the pins do. The first one, I know the middle one is ground. I can't read what the other two say. STB and WCC. Once you have your alligator clips, everything's attached, then you hook up your VCC, your VCC clip, which is, so if you're holding it looking at the opposite side of your moisture sensor, it's the far right-hand one. So not the side with the screws, but if you hold it with the letters facing you, the far right-hand wire gets hooked up to the 3.3 hole on your Blynk board. The far right-hand wire, the one that says VCC, and it says VCC right here on the moisture sensor, that alligator clip gets hooked up to the 3.3V on your Blynk board.
The little GPIO pin that we were talking about.
Which one is 3.3? I can't see it.
3.3.
It's over on that side.
And that is right next to VIN. So it's second from VIN.
So it's on the side where you have the, oh, they don't have the red LED, that's for the
It's like
battery.
on the LED side here.
The side with the LEDs that light up, it's the second one from, if you're holding that way, it's the second one from the left. I wish we had a magnifying glass to show you on the screen what this looks like.
Document cameras or something so you could see how I have mine.
Everybody find the right one? And then you want to hook your ground one up to the ground on the board, which you hooked up to before. The ground one is the one next to the 3.3. And then the other one gets hooked up to the ADC, which is on the opposite side of the board, directly across from the ground. Is everybody getting your clips in the right spot?
So it's really just important, like if some of you chose different colored wires, just to make sure right here where I've highlighted, the little portions on the moisture sensor are connected to the appropriate pins on the Blynk board.
Once you're connected, we're going to show you how to have your moisture sensor connect to Twitter and send you a message when your plant is thirsty. So when you take this home, you can put it in one of your plants or in your office, whichever. And if you water your plant, you'll see the moisture go up. And then it will actually, you can set it to a certain level. When the moisture gets to that level, it'll tweet you and say, "I'm thirsty, give me a drink." So is everybody connected? You guys okay? Who needs more time? Oh, Diana.
I'm just showing you how, you can teach the slowest person.
Diana's showing us how we can teach our most challenging student.
All right. Okay, so we got them on this end.
All right, so.
Because they're not staying. Well, that's why you have to screw them. I did. She did, yeah. They keep coming. It's okay. Probably strip them.
Okay. Oh, all right. Anyway, okay, so this one.
The purple?
The purple one connects to the
Red.
purple one connects to the 3.3. Wait, no. Okay, back. Purple one connects to the ABC on the board. So
That's what it's on the one.
the ABC is on this side. It is.
Just like setting, I guess that would just like reset your heart rhythm or something? Yeah. And then that's how.
Right there by my finger.
Well,
That one right there.
I'll remember not to do that.
Yep. And the ground one, which is the one that connects to the center, so it's this gray one. Black one connects to the ground, which is exactly opposite the ADC.
Right here? This one?
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, and then the other one goes right next to it, right there.
I know, she's wonderful.
Okay, now, Tom, do you want to walk them through setting up the widgets on their breadboard? So you're going to get back to your phone, your app, to your gray screen, which is your virtual breadboard.
So we're going to be adding a new widget here, and this is going to be a Twitter widget. So if you scroll down on the little widget selection screen to the notifications area, you should see Twitter. It really doesn't matter where you put it, just like once you put it on your breadboard, tap to open up the little configuration pane. So once you're it's really simple. Like once you're there, you hit connect Twitter. And if you have the app on your phone, it might authenticate through that. Either that or it'll bring you to like the Twitter login page where you can put in your email address and password to authorize Blynk to use your Twitter account. And they do give you instructions here on how to unauthorize Blynk and remove it from your one of your
connect, click.
allowed
So once you get it up there, you click
apps.
connect Twitter, and then say, uh-oh. And you need to know what your Twitter password is in order
that's
to connect
important.
it.
Yeah.
So you click settings. She's going to tell you hers, and you connect to it. Oh, and you don't even have Twitter installed on your phone. Oh, you do? I don't know, because there's your ad line. You don't actually use the real app. Everybody getting their Twitter account connected? Okay, Tom.
Okay. So moving on. Now this is optional, but you can add a terminal widget that really just kind of gives you diagnostic information on what's going on with the moisture sensor and everything. It's completely optional, but you can add a terminal widget through the widget dialog and connect that to V21. And then you want to have it configured as in the screenshot here.
Okay.
Okay, and then next we're going to be adding some slider widgets as well. And these are going to be used to set the threshold for the moisture level in your plant because, you know, cactuses are different than, you know, rose bushes or whatever you have. You'll have to establish where the minimum and like threshold is for when you get a notification that your plant needs watered. So once you, for each slider, you want them set up as follows. According to the little table right here.
So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, you're going to be naming one moisture threshold and the other one minimum tweet rate. And then you're going to be setting the moisture threshold to pin V23. And you can just leave that to the default values as well from 0 to 1023. And then the minimum tweet rate is how often your plant will be tweeting at you that it needs to be watered. And you can choose that from a minimum of 5 minutes to a maximum of 60 minutes. And that will be V24 for the minimum tweet rate. And the neat thing about this, so like basically this is like using those virtual pins again. So V24, the virtual pin, corresponds to the little Twitter widget on the Blynk Board app.
There's one more experiment we wanted to do with you guys, but it's after 10 already, and I don't know that we're going to have time. But there's, I just do want to tell you, in your box, in your box, the next experiment uses this door sensor. And this, I think, is one of the coolest things because you can actually set this up. You could set this up on your office door if you want to know somebody's been in your office. And hook this up that it will, when it moves across the magnet, it will send you a notification on your phone that somebody opened your door. So we were going to use your SparkFun box and hook it up and do it. but it's going to take more than a couple minutes, and it's already 10 after 10, and you guys are starting again at 10:15. So we're just going to stop and ask if you have any questions or there's anything we can tell you. This entire tutorial is available online, so you can go back and work through these experiments yourself and try them. As you can see, a group this size is a bit of a challenge. So I would suggest if you're going to do a class like this, like at your library for people, I would say, you know, a handful of people, 5, 8 at the absolute max. Because first of all, you're going to overwhelm your own internet connectivity at your library, and you won't be able to help everybody individually. So those are the things. But, you know, just some really simple things like hooking up LEDs and making them light up. You guys have been playing a lot with, you know, Raspberry Pi and all these different things. It's probably not all that awe-inspiring to you, but to a person who's never done anything with electronics, it's going to seem pretty amazing to them. So that's one of the things I just wanted to say is you can do some really simple things with this, and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I made an LED light up, and be really excited about it. So I think that it's a fun thing. You also, these boxes, the entire box is like $80 or something like that. But the boards themselves and some of the parts are very inexpensive. So you could actually go online and order some of just the parts. And you could do these experiments for maybe $10 a person and easily accomplish some of the stuff that we did today. We just really wanted to give you a taste for what it's like to make the Internet of Things come to life yourself. I mean, obviously there are a ton of sophisticated Internet of Things devices out there, but some really simple things that are available.
Yeah, even on their website, like they sell like a cheap little adapter that lets you interact with the power outlet in your house. So for example, you could turn lights on or off just with the push of the button on the app. You know, if like you're on vacation, you want to make it look like someone's home every now and then. You can, you know, flick the lights on and off as however many times as you want. There's
Right.
lots of extra little bits that you can buy that let you interface with things. This is really just kind of like good at getting you guys.
It's the
like,
basics.
now
yeah.
you know how to interact with the app. It really
And we
is
did
a lot
buy
more fun on your
batteries,
own,
so.
trust me. Like once you get to just take your own time, like work through some of the problems, and like that's really just half the fun and interacting with technology, creating new things. It's like whether it's programming or working with electronics like this, it's always, you know, like a whole system of troubleshooting, learning about stuff, applying the new things you know. And eventually, you know, sometimes you get a little success, like the light coming on, and then you smile, and it's a good feeling.
Right.
So.
And I will offer, because Tom is way geekier than I am, and I'm his boss, I will offer that you all can reach out to Tom, and he will continue to learn how to use this. And he will troubleshoot the Samsung problem,
Yeah.
and he will be available to you. If you want to reach out to me, you can. I'll probably call Tom and say, help, they want help, can you help them? So we just want to thank you for your time and your attention, and sorry about some of the connectivity
really.
issues we had, but I think that you can see that once we get over some of the hurdles, this is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Hey, we do have a room change. If you were going to go to the Makey Makey, it is down a flight of stairs. And as soon as you go down those stairs, turn to your right. If you were not going to, I don't have the rest of the classes with me. The other rooms are staying the same. So we have something in 1463 and 1460. Oh, thank you. We have game development with Bobby Klein, room 1462. Microbits with Carrie Killian is in this room. Scratch and Makey Makey is downstairs. Maker Spaces with Ellen Stolarski, room 1463. And I also have lots of other little goodies that you can take that go with your Internet of Things kit. We bought extra sensors and things like that. I will put them up here on the table, and you know, please take one of each if you wish. It's always nice to have extra things.
I don't need the mic. I don't need the mic.